Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be starting a brand new campaign, and this is going to be as scaling as Egil Styrbjorn. And this is going to be using a collection of mods that I'll have linked in the description. It's going to be Radious and Mixu's Extra Legendary Lords mod. So basically, you can't typically play Norsca on the Vortex, but this new Legendary Lord will allow you to play it on the Vortex campaign. So special thanks to Trevor for sponsoring this campaign. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. Right now, it's just $3 an episode, minimum 10 episodes, and we can do more than that if you like. Or if you want to see extra episodes in a campaign that we've recently done, just throw a few more dollars in the jukebox there, and just let me know. We can do a few more episodes on one of those campaigns as well. But special thanks to Trevor for sponsoring this. And I'll just be up front, I haven't ever done a Radius playthrough, so this will be interesting trying to get used to how this is all balanced. I have done a couple of practice runs here just for maybe the first 10 turns or so, trying out some different strategies. So looks like it's going to be a bit different than SFO or Vanilla, which are the two versions that I usually play on the game. And I've never done the Mixus. It looks pretty cool. It's got some new legendary Lord properties to it. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get in here. So you have limited access to Hell Cannon units, get extra leadership when you're at sea, immune to high seas attrition, you get 15% reduced upkeep for Berserkers, Skin Wolves, Ice Wolves, and Warhounds, negative 60 diplomacy with Bretonia, so they all hate you, although there are virtually no Bretonians on Vortex. Then you get Slayer of Souls, which is like an AoE buff for your melee units, and then your passive Berserk replaces Rage, so it's like a stronger buff for melee units, so he's very good with melees. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. Now, I haven't done Vortex in a long time either, so this will be interesting. Although he does not have a Vortex currency, it's still the same burn stuff, you know, burn a lot of stuff, try to take over for the gods type of campaign. It is a little bit more interesting because there are very few other Norskins here, so you don't have the option to confederate. Usually with the traditional Norskins, kind of the first chapter of a campaign, you'll be trying to beat up a whole bunch of the other Norscan tribes and just consolidate your power in the north. Get a good central power area that's very difficult for other people to backdoor because you have the inherent attrition where people are not going to go up there and try to fight you most of the time. So you don't have that here. You just kind of go straight in, fighting a lot of the southern realms. And having a much less solid base. Okay, so let's just go through some of the basics here really quickly. Now, one thing that I have noticed about this mod is the upkeep is extremely low. So you can get a whole bunch of just spam units over and over and over again. Like these Berserkers in the baseline game are usually like 200 something gold, I think. Here they're only 80. Your Lord's only 275. These guys are only 65. So all of these units are extremely cheap, and the penalty for having multiple armies is only 4% per Lord, whereas in the base game on Legendary, it's 15% for every additional Lord. So that means that we can just spam a ton of units, which hopefully will allow us to cover more ground. Now, the AI can do that as well, but typically they will, you know, they're already going to have a ton of extra gold and spam units. So it kind of puts you on equal footing to some extent with the AI. Now, if we go and look at his skills here, yeah, it's just kind of some okay stuff. Some regeneration's nice and strong vigor. He does specialize, let's see, Slayer of Souls, and it's the same kind of stuff he gets a discount on, he sort of specializes in. Perfect vigor for Skin Wolf, Norscan Ice Wolves, Warhounds, missile resist for those things, and melee defense. Skin Wolves are extremely good. We'll definitely get those at some point. Post-battle loot. Casualties. Berserker stuff gets vigor loss reduction you get from the mist, which I believe is 20 or 30% reduced missile damage, so that's pretty handy, especially considering they don't have a shield. Extra post-battle loot, so we can get up to 20% pretty much of all kinds of extra money. And then you get Frenzy for Marauder units, which is like 6 extra melee attack, 10% weapon damage, and some other things as well. Then he has kind of standard suite of buffs, which are decent. You know, the 12-12 is good. The armor is only 15 instead of 30, like some factions have, but that's still pretty strong. He does have 75 base melee attack, 45 melee defense, which is solid, and then he gets an extra 20 versus infantry. So he's a pretty good duelist. He doesn't get a significant mount. He can eventually get a chariot, which I guess is okay. But he doesn't ride a dragon or anything like that. And then your army can get extra 10 leadership and 5 melee attack, which is pretty handy. And then the standard Norsca stuff here, you have these buffs for pretty much all the Marauder units, including Marauder Champions, which are a pretty good mid-game unit. Then you have Beast Slayers, which is extra ammo and missile strength for your range units. Then kind of your later game units, these monsters of the north, the Famir Warriors and the Mammoths. That's pretty good. Mammoths are very, very good anti-infantry units. So pretty good stuff up here. And then the blue tree is pretty good. You have this 15% post-battle loot, which is solid, and 5% replenishment for 1 point, which is pretty legit. And then lightning strike, of course, is something that you'll want most of the time. Although we'll probably be the one with larger hordes than the AI. We'll see about that, but getting some extra ranks and experience are pretty good, especially later on when we start getting more elite units. And then the 15% reduction there and 8% reduction there is pretty good. Although it is so low right now, it costs so little for the units that the reduction is important, but there is potential that other types of things might be more important, but nevertheless, reduction is still going to be strong. The techs, I'm not going to lie, are really lackluster. This is probably one of the worst tech trees out there, especially when you try to play this on Vortex, just because a lot of the appeal of the techs are trying to take over specific areas, and those areas just don't exist because it's balanced around the Vortex campaign. So for example, this stuff here is for occupying Corone, occupying Moraliano, and Kara as a Karak, and those just don't exist on the Vortex campaign. So these are basically just almost completely dead weight. So yeah, a lot of these, in fact, pretty much all of these old world are just dead weight, waste of time. Now you do get some public order stuff here, but it's a little feels bad. Now this stuff here, income from sacking settlements plus 50%, and occupying some of these new world places are pretty good. So getting Nagarond, 50% rating, extra +2 for Famir Balefiends, Lothern, hero action success chance plus 20% can be pretty legit later on. A lot of these aren't that great. Skaven Blight would be amazing, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist on the Vortex map. But the 20% campaign movement range, in theory, would be really good. And then you had this income post-battle loot from the Awakening. So all of that is pretty lackluster. I'll be honest, I think SFO probably does a better job. I don't remember everything they have with the text, but I feel like they did more to be a bit more relevant. And then this stuff is just basically just Marauder buffs. Now these do let you start certain monster hunts, although once again, I am not sure if those are even viable on the Vortex campaign. They may not be. So I'm just not sure. Because, like, these are here. These technologies are still here. So these might still be here as well, even though they're basically worthless. So we'll see. So technology, extremely uninspiring. The rest of it's pretty cool, though. Alright, let's go ahead and get a fight in here. And then we'll move on. Okay, so you can sail up and attack on the same turn. So we're going to fight this just so we can try to win this really cleanly so we can go on and make some more moves. So yeah, technology a little lackluster. I don't think you have any rights either as an old world faction, so that's kind of iffy. What else do you have? You do have a whole bunch of new units. Now, I will say that a lot of these units are a little redundant, honestly. It's just like 5 different kinds of melee that you can get, and at a certain point, the stats are almost interchangeable. So you do have access to the Marauder Champions, but then there are some like Berserkers with spears, which that's actually like a pretty good utility unit if you need some anti-large and you don't have Skin Wolves or whatever. And then there's some other units like some Kurgan Hunters and some other stuff that's just kind of all competing for that like mid-tier, tier 3 unit, like melee unit.
They will succumb.
There are also these like, I don't know what you call them, like Chaos God themed units. like Nurgle units, Zinch units, that type of stuff at tier 3 that's available, which I think is just strictly better than the Marauder units in a lot of circumstances. Although they don't benefit from like the buffs you can get in the red tree, you can just rush the blue tree. And that's probably what we're gonna end up doing. The Nurgle ones look really good. That's what we did in the Chaos campaign too. It's just heavily armored, regeneration, poison, just really good sticky combat unit.
Destruction! Bring us to carnage!
Yeah, they don't have any large, so...
Chaos floor!
Now we can get access to those hell cannons. It's a it requires a special building in our capital, so probably want to get those as soon as possible. Because we're gonna have to fight these high elves. All the high elves hate us so much early on.
Yes, Lord! Lock formation! I will destroy them!
That. A little rusty here. That's a nice hit. So there is only one
Ruin them! For the Chaos Gods! Lord of Chaos! That is not a mortal concern! Chaos Marauders!
let's just hold on that.
Faster! Chaos Marauders! Enough guarding!
So I'm gonna try to go as fast as I can. That's kind of my new goal with newer campaigns is I think a lot of people like my campaigns compared to others because I do try to go in depth and explain a lot of stuff. But I know I also just in general could go a little bit faster, so I'm gonna try to see if I can explain more things while also moving faster to try to get through as much as we can early. So when you have a bunch of melee, which is what we're gonna have a lot of the time in this campaign, let's just kill as many as we can here. We do want a better victory type. So I'm not sure. This is something that I've kind of thought about a little bit more lately, though, is you want to make sure you get those decisive victories early because it does give you a lot of extra... I don't know if we're going to be able to catch him. It does give you extra experience to level up, which is pretty important early on in pretty much any campaign, but... Nope. That could have been bad. I'll blast him on, guys. So yeah, we really want to try to get those cannons online fairly early because that is going to be one of our big edges against high elves. Because there's only one of them, which is kind of... I'm not sure, like, it does do quite a bit of damage, but something like the Plague Claw catapults, for example, are going to have 4 different ones. So I'm not sure how fast they're going to be able to take down sieges, but just having that range is very nice against high elves because high elves don't have artillery that's that great. They do have the ballistas, which are okay, but these should be pretty good against enemy artillery because it's basically a homing missile, right? You can focus out kind of smaller packs of units. So you get very efficient shots, but when you're firing into like massive blobs, it may not be as good as something like the Plague Claw catapults. But we'll see. They are one of the more expensive units you can get, but everything else is so cheap that it's fine. Okay, so we did get the level up. I'm going to actually establish an outpost here. Now, you can burn. You don't get any benefits to your lord, which I'm trying to remember if it was the Chaos that got that benefit or not. Maybe it was the Chaos that got the benefit for burning different things. I thought that you used to get a benefit for your lord for so many turns, like 5 or 10 turns when you burned it to a certain god, but now you don't. It just gives you some favor towards that god, again. And you need to go towards the same god. You don't want to mix and match.
You are making a mistake.
So this one gives you 16% casualty replenishment, which is extremely good. Wound recovery time. So if you have lords or heroes that die, they're back in 1 turn, which that's probably pretty good later on. And then a devastating plague unleashed across the world. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but that sounds pretty good. The casualty replenishment is massive, though. That's probably got the best tier 1. 5% upkeep for all armies. Ward recruitment rank. Now, this is once again, the upkeep is good, but because your stuff is already so cheap, I'm not sure if it matters as much. You get a special Chaos Sorcerer, Kehar the Tormentor. So I'm not sure how good that dude is, but that could be okay. Over here we get research rate, which once again is kind of crappy because our research is borderline garbage most of the time. So that's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. If we could go take some of those other capitals and get like some really good benefits, maybe it'd be better, but as it stands, it's pretty bad. Starting amount plus 20 is pretty massive for that. The main draw of this is you get that Osric, the Lord of Change, so that's one of the like the sartorial big bird type of units. So that would be really cool, like in game, to have one of those. But you know, by that point, he probably comes in level 1. I don't know if he does or not, if they change that or not. But if he comes in level 1 and all your other lords are like level 40, it's like, okay. And I guess what he's gonna have, probably metal magic, maybe fire magic, maybe death magic. He was a little underwhelming in the base game, so unless they buffed him a lot. But he is kind of the coolest one to look at. And then this, we get experience, weapon strength for melee, and a hell cannon, which is like okay, but not that great. So I think I'm eventually going to go with just Nurgle, just because that 16% casualty replenishment rate is so clutch, especially because you can't hire your big units like your mammoths and stuff like that. I don't think. Let's go ahead and establish an outpost that we get. The only reason I'm doing the outpost here is so we can replenish this turn.
Absurd.
Torquilai. I mean, we might be able to beat that, actually.
Now is chaos.
Can we hire? We can global, but we can't hire anything else. Okay, we can get some elite units. Okay, these are those Zench aspirants, Khorne aspirants, Nurgle aspirants, all that stuff. Only 130. They do have Silver Shield, which is really good. They have decent movement speed too, 35. With the in the Chaos campaign, these things only have like 28 or 26 movement speed. It's like ridiculously slow. But 39, 50, and then they get 10 bonus versus infantry. This Rage does turn into Berserk when we have which is even stronger. Okay, so they actually do not have regeneration. I thought they did have regeneration, but they do have the poison, which does lower enemy damage by 20%. So I still think those are probably the best overall. The Khorne ones, they do have more armor piercing damage. They don't have any bonus versus infantry, and they don't have any shield. But the armor pin's interesting. Magical attacks, melee attack, and defense. So, see, these are just kind of like generic. It's like there's barely any difference between these. It's like some of them are armor piercing. Like these are anti-large, and they have a bit more defense, but it's very similar. And these are the things I was talking about before. The Huskarls and things like that. I don't think you can hire these here. Requires a dark furnace, and we can't even build that here, so that's a little awkward. The Huskarls are like your tier 5 infantry units, which these are pretty legit. I mean, 46, 57, 45 with like 110 armor. So those are pretty good. But you can just get these Marauder champions, which these are pretty good too. I mean, the 68 melee defense is definitely respectable. And the great weapons do a little bit of extra armor piercing damage, so those are still pretty good. And then you can get these Marauder Horsemasters. But yeah, it looks like you can't get Skin Wolves, Kurgan Mounted Hunters. So you can't get Skin Wolves here. You can't get Mammoths. You can't get Famir. So you can't get a lot of your really good stuff here. So that means that replenishment's going to be even stronger just because... yeah, how the hell am I ever supposed to hold this? Public order +3 for public order +2 in all adjacent provinces. Sorry, I'm just reading through these. Like I said, I haven't. Okay, but yeah, that has to be tier 3, which is pretty expensive. Yes, I'm not even sure if it's worth it to own these ports or whatever, rather than just burn it, because like, there's gonna be a Chaos Rebellion here that burns it, and it's not gonna be anything extra. I mean, it might be better just to just burn everything. I mean, you're gonna have to have some replenishment though, but okay, whalers are decent, so we can't hire anything though. That might have been a mistake. I don't know. Maybe we should have just burned it. But I think getting the replenishment and just getting some advantage early on. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to that as fast as possible, so we can maybe get some extra sack money. I mean, are we gonna be able to beat this? Let's see. 8.
Never.
So 15 units on my 10. Okay, so they might just come in and retake that. Alright, I think I just want to head north then. Alright, so let's go ahead and hire a lord here. Do you want to upgrade this and go for berserkers? I'm probably going to be able to hire berserkers in the other place. Charge bonus, weapon strength. Okay, I guess we'll get him.
The road is over. Enslave the Southerners.
Okay, so what's the best thing I can get? Chaos, like dual weapons, probably. How much bonus do these guys get? 5 versus infantry, so that's 40. 30 armor. Guys are so bad compared to berserkers. Like the berserkers actually like are pretty OP because you get a lot of extra armor off of them. I mean, they have 42 armor, which is pretty good. Very high leadership. I mean, they do a lot more damage. Berserkers might even be better than like the Nurgle, but okay. So do I want to upgrade that? I mean, I guess so. Yeah, let's just go ahead and upgrade that.
Destruction for all.
Okay, so we just want to hire as much as we can. Okay, so we don't have any range.
Take what's theirs.
Everyone hates us. We're gonna try to go for Arcall.
What?
So I think Kothic is going to retake Misnar eventually. I mean, we are going to get some money off of it before it eventually fails. We're getting 380 a turn. So we're going to get another like 1,000 gold off of it. Maybe 1,500 before it fails. But yeah, we're going to try to go up and knock out Arcall. Because if you end up killing their lord, then you gain control of their faction, basically. Now, where are they anyways? I guess we could hit them up right here. I don't remember where their other city is. And that's just tier 1 anyways. But also, we can actually occupy these places up here because it's a suitable climate.
Impossible. Even the Lawmaster could not.
They will be dominated. This is wise. Ready. What?
So we could hire right now and then dash up and reinforce off of a dash next turn. I think that's probably worth. A couple more turns we can get the berserkers.
Despoil and ravage.
Alright, let's do make sure everything's sounding all good. I gotta watch because OBS has been acting a little squirrely lately with like the sounds and all that stuff. Okay, let's do
Yes, my ruinous powers.
So yeah, you just want to be hiring basically every turn that you can. And we want to try to get up to that tier 3 ASAP. So we can get that Hell Cannon building, and so we can get like the Zench Aspirants, and so we can get a Sorcerer. It's a pretty big deal. Skin Wolves are pretty good. The High Elves don't start getting a lot of monsters until like much later.
Are you a god? Despoil and ravage. Chieftain of the tribe. Slaughter the sheep. It's done. Sent by the serpent. Destruction for all! Destroy! Unleash chaos!
I guess we'll do this just because a bit more than I probably would have gotten normally, but we should be able. What kind of victory did it give us? Pyrrhic? I didn't see. Click through it too quick. No, decisive. It says it right there. Okay. That's fine. And then, we just want to occupy this.
Overrun the world. They will be dominated.
I thought we were gonna get a recruitment building, but I forgot. We just get a port here. It's pretty lackluster.
Spread ruin on them. Norsca. Now is chaos.
Okay, so we do want to level that up. I think I do go for another one here. We just want to be hiring every turn.
Tribesmen, gather! Despoil and ravage!
Alright, this is, yeah, gonna fail pretty soon. Okay, and we need to, there's their capital, Fortress of the Damned. So Gothic's not moving on us yet. We gotta be a little careful because they are powering up.
Beyond
But
even Quaish.
Tribesmen, gather.
now we can come around via the sea, or we can just try to dash through the land. I'm not honestly sure which one's faster.
Bring ruin.
I think the sea is a little bit faster.
A glorifying act. Yes, my ruinous powers. on the prowl.
Speak.
Actually, I want a couple of these just because they have the silver shield, so they're good to like throw into like missile units that the enemy might have, and they're pretty good fighters too. These things are just so much better than the normal Marauders, and they don't really cost that much more. Okay.
Marauders all.
Destruction for all!
Yeah, that place is gonna go down.
Overrun the world.
Hiring over here. Okay.
They will be dominated!
Wait. So I can move more?
Spread ruin on them! Go now!
Journeying.
Okay. Oh, well, these are rebels. Okay, that's not bad then, actually. We can go back there and take that anytime. They're just kind of holding it for us. That's good then. We got a, you know, maybe 1,500 extra gold.
Yes, my ruinous powers! Let's be about this!
A step too far. The eagle guides me.
This is absurd.
So they're powering up. These guys
Far
are
beneath
plotting
an
against me
archmage.
too.
Enslave the Southerners.
Having some ranged units makes sense. And we're just saving up, you know, 5 more points to get to tier 5 as fast as we can. There's really no point in diplomacy with anybody. Like, pretty much everybody hates us. The best diplomacy with Norsca is just to go kill enemy Norskins. Okay. And Norskins never have walls either. So when we attack them, it's not going to have any walls. Which is handy.
The ruinous powers demand your utter destruction. Despoilers, come!
Your will done.
Okay.
Refuse.
So, I believe... if we siege...
Despoil and ravage.
Okay, so let's try to siege this here.
Wipe them out to their graves. Tremble, weaklings.
So the reason that I want to do that is if...
Destruction for all!
Okay, we're not going to
Onward
have
to
enough
destruction.
movement. Okay. If you can get into this stance, it gives you extra melee defense and leadership. So that's why I was kind of wanting to see if I could get into this stance first. But that's fine. So it was worth a try, but we are just a little bit short. 3% movement short from doing it. I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
Into the fray.
Alright, let's do it.
Your will? What? Lusting for blood. Chaos Marauders!
What?
Okay, and we're coming in right here. Okay, it is not amazing that we don't get to start positioning and firing our ice cannon right away, but
Throwing arms length!
once again, we're just trying to.
Chaos Marauders!
It's probably going to be the last thing that comes in too, which is I always do that. Okay, it's not quite literally the last thing, but okay, we might be able to get in a good position here by the time they're in range. Okay, maybe not that bad. And we do have a hillside advantage here.
Your will, mortal fool!
I don't think they had any large units.
Order the drive! We fight!
Move! Chaos Lord!
Mortal fool! Now! Charge! Chaos Marauders! Go and slaughter!
Okay, they do have a few
Dark
units here.
gods command me! If they close, kill them! That's what the Masters bid! Chaos Marauders! For the Blood God!
Get them! Demon is mine. With haste.
Through the Masters!
Love them!
Can't get a good charge in here.
Skulls for the skull throne! Death! Kill them all!
Give us room!
Yes! The Dark Gods command me! Very well! Yes!
Come!
Bring carnage!
Move on them! That's the master's speed!
Chaos Marauders!
Chaos Marauders! Yes, Lord!
Chaos Marauders! Take it, Southerner! Run! Gah!
Ruin them!
Yes, Lord!
Moving! What do you bid?
Honor the tribe!
Ha!
Your will! Take it, Southerner!
Yes, Lord!
Fight! Give us carnage! Row! Faster! What do you bid? Faster!
For the Blood God!
Chaos Marauders! Faster! Roar! Get them! Skulls for the skull throne! Drag us to the souls!
Charge!
Chaos Marauders! This was not meant
Chaos.
to be!
Chaos Marauders! They will succumb!
Chaos Marauders! Yes! Now! Kill them all! Quick! Moving! Yes! Mortal pool! Move! Chaos Marauders! Lock them! Now is our time! Mortal fool!
This is a little awkward because I don't want to kill that many of them because I'm probably going to get this army. Because I just killed their legendary lord.
Chaos Marauders!
So I want to try to get them to run, but I do not want to clean everybody up.
Now is our time! Chaos Marauders!
Gotta end before the dogs run them down. Even though it gave me a close victory instead of a decisive one. Because I will inherit all of their armies as well. That's going to force them to confederate with me. And then we can use these armies to try to figure out, you know, what we want to do next. We can continue trying to take over the north, or we could try to play nice with those dark elves over there. And just try to move on all the high elves. Which that's probably wiser. We want to occupy all of these because we can actually build real buildings here. Okay.
Now is chaos!
Okay, so I'm still gonna get these just for the Marauders. And then probably just go to Norse Resilience and then do Takers of All.
Overrun the world. Bring death. Speak.
Okay, the other army actually got completely eradicated. I could have sworn that last time I did that, I inherited extra armies. Now, how do these guys feel about us? Nagrar. See, these are like icy, so it's like, it's suitable, but like everything's suitable, but you can't build anything there unless it's one of these ports. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so at a capital, you can get it, but it has to be a race capital. You can get a full thing. Let's see how these elves feel about us.
Noble born. Approach, but know this. You may never leave.
Now, Hmong is over here,
Slaughter the sheep.
and they have 4 properties. Now, I'm not as familiar with this map, once again, because I don't do Norscan all the time. But if I can get all of this Hmong stuff and start going south, I mean, that would be pretty nice. But I'm just wondering, like, should I just focus on this? Because this is the most immediate threat, and there are a lot of coastal towns here that I can potentially make some money on. Although, once again, it's going to be like so difficult to hold these properties. Because we're going to get slammed for not having enough corruption. Okay, so what do we want at tier 2? This gives us smaller chariots. Extra public order if we want that, or well, we need this also because hi Rory, what you doing? Need this because we need these chaos shrines here. Oh, how you doing, Rory? Oh yeah, it's a little elephant, isn't it?
Yes, it's my elephant. It's a baby elephant.
Oh, it's a baby elephant. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute, Rory. Rory, you're very cute. Did you know that? Are you aware of your cuteness? Hey, be careful. Don't spill the water, please. Oh, is elephant drinking some?
The elephant was thirsty.
Oh, he was thirsty, wasn't he? So we could get,
Okay.
these mounted Kurgan hunters are good, but like the main thing that I'm afraid of are sieges, so I'm not sure that... Oh, are you thirsty, Rory? Alright, let's just go with Ruinous Altar. We're gonna have to get that upgraded anyways. Was that good? Trolls, honestly, might be a good thing to go with. They do have fairly low leadership at 45. They get 50 leadership here. Is there anything we can do to upgrade troll leadership? Because trolls are actually quite good, very underrated. If you can get their leadership under control. Oh, be careful. Okay, the trolls get melee attack and weapon strength potentially. Let's leave that there.
I don't like this. I don't like that.
You don't like that? Okay.
It's too bad. It's bad.
Is that too bad, Rory?
Spread ruin on there.
How about this?
Your will.
This is water.
That is water, isn't it?
Ravage. Chieftain.
Okay, so
Shrine.
The elephant get his.
can we do a two-front war here? Shagrat. I mean, how strong are they? It says they're pretty strong, right? And we don't have any tactical units. That's what I always talk about in a lot of my campaigns is, do you have tactical units or not? I mean, we could get this missile calves so we can get behind them. But, like, we need some kind of flanking units. I guess maybe the hounds, like... These poison hounds with scaly skin could be good against, like, their little archers and stuff. It's like, are they better than these? Probably. I mean, what I'm afraid of are, like, shades and dark shards. Hounds also let you run down units, like, very well, you know, when you win a fight, so you get a bunch of kills. And that will eventually let us get to skin wolves, which are okay. Like, they destroy cavalry, so that's good. They're, like, heavy anti-large. They actually have okay armor, better than in the base game, so... And they're, like, frenzied and regenerate. So, it's... And they have physical resist, so... They're pretty good. They're pretty good. The armored ones are obviously a lot better, but the Werekin is quite good too. You can assassinate heroes and all that, and the Ice Wolves are pretty solid as well. They do get a 8 bonus versus infantry, and they do have that frostbite for the slow, but it's like the poison also applies the slow and applies the damage reduction, so I'm not sure if the Ice Wolves are that much better than normal wolves, but I need something. I need tactical units if I'm going to stay here. So it's either trying to get to these Kurgan mounted hunters, 37, 45, 40. 32 charge bonus, 40 charge bonus. I mean, these are going to be stronger at, like, staying in combat for sure. but they don't have as much health as these do. 26 armor versus 40 armor with shield. So these are better, but it's going to take 4,000 gold worth of units to power that up. Or 4,000 gold to power that up, I should say. All of these. I guess the Flesh Hounds of Corn. Are going to be a bit stronger. I think maybe let's go with these hounds, because I think they're going to be better than the missile cav. So have more HP. I mean, the missile is good though. It's better against infantry, but I just think it's just going to get destroyed. This melee attack and melee defense is so low in armor. I think maybe we just go with this. If we want to, if we want to fight these guys. I think these guys might just come at us though. Like,
Norsca.
I mean, I could just combine these into one. Who's stronger? What's this dude's trait? I know we're almost out of time here. Okay, that's very good.
Tribal fury.
And that's okay, but not as good. All right, so maybe what we do here then is
True savages.
Can we just run straight for Mung? How strong is Mung? Not that strong. We might be able to overpower Mung. We have to go through them. Maybe we can run over top of them without going for Mung.
Overrun the world.
Okay, I don't know where the line is here. Oh, that's not occupied by anyone yet, so I'm free to go wherever.
Chieftain of the tribe. Sent by the serpent. The crow directs me. Marauding. Despoil and ravage.
Damn it, I didn't keep up with which one is which. Okay, I think we're moving.
The eagle guides me.
Okay, correct. So we can get rid of this dude and save a little bit of money.
Marauders all.
Now, if I could get like 2 hounds, that would be nice. I'm gonna have to backtrack to get them though. Frozen City is gonna be a tough cover. We do have some javelins. I guess it's a pretty low risk. I mean, we can sell it later if we need to. If they occupy this, then we can fight them. Okay, and then right here, I think
Dominance.
we can go ahead and just hand this stuff off.
Move.
And then just get rid of this guy.
They will be dominated. The spoilers come.
Okay, and then this guy over here.
Overrun the world. Marauders all.
It is going to be challenging to manage the public order here, though, because, I mean, it is all chaotic. Instead of a hound, I mean, we could get, like, one of these. +1 for concurrent war with a neighboring faction, so we're going to get, like, an extra 1, maybe 2. I don't know how they're defining neighboring. These probably don't count as neighboring properties down here. Feels like the public order is going to be a real pain in the butt to try to manage. Provincial instability. I guess that someone can double back and retake this, I suppose. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so if there's going to be a rebellion here anyways, I guess we might as well just let it happen faster.
Your will? Bring death.
Alright, let's go with this, just because, once again, they do have the silver shields. It's very close, actually. I mean, these have Frenzy, that's it. Maybe these are better in general. They do also have Vanguard. And they're going to get the upgraded Rage thing with my main dude anyway. So we're going to hand off a lot of these to the main guy next turn. Okay. Waiting on all that. Let's see, we did this. I don't care about that. Just want to get up to tier 3. Okay. Potentially going to have a multi-front war here, so not sure how awesome that's going to be, but Kothic's powering up.
Far beneath an archmage. No.
Okay, so I have 26 units.
Yes, my ruinous powers! Now is chaos! They will be dominated!
What?
I have a ton of tactical units. I mean, I've got these, but like, once again, having a couple of hounds would be nice. I mean, I guess I could get him to stop by over here, grab some hounds. Make sure they're not coming at me yet. They are not coming at me just yet.
Yes. It is done. Done. Moving out. No delay. The crow directs me.
Fear my malice.
Okay, so they are thinking of taking. If they take this, I'm gonna hit 'em.
Malevolent Lord. Moving out. Feared by all. I submit.
Yeah, because if he takes that, it's going to injure his troops a lot, and then I'm going to get to kill a free 20 stack, and then probably get to start rampaging all of his stuff. So I think that's where I want to be. Next turn we'll finish this. We'll hire 3 hounds. God, trying to cover this much geography though, like, stuff is so spread out. It's going to be pretty obnoxious. Okay. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. Special thanks to Trevor for sponsoring this. Anyone else who'd like to sponsor a campaign, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. We can probably set that up. Right now, it's just $3 an episode. Might have to bump it up to $4 an episode in the future. So be sure to email me, check about the price before you donate. We'll just see. There's been a lot of interest lately, though. So special thanks to Trevor. I know he was waiting for a while for me to get caught up to do this. But yeah, thank you very much. Stay tuned. Should be an exciting campaign. And I'll see everyone next time. Have a good day.